So my name is Amanda. I'm the founder of Fiveable. I was a teacher. I taught 9th and 10th grade history, AP World, and AP Human Geography in Oakland. So shout out to that Bay Area person in there. I think a lot of what we built at Fiveable has really come from my experience there and just really seeing a lot of the gaps that are just really real for students. You know, you guys, I don't gotta tell you guys twice, you know what it's like to be fending for yourselves and just like trying to piece the gaps of what you feel like your school is missing. And then of course, like for a class like AP Music Theory, it's not taught in so many schools. And so there's so many kids that would love to get access to this, would love to take the test, but you know, the class size isn't big enough. There isn't a teacher. There's so many barriers. So we're really about trying to just knock down those barriers, creating a space for students to feel part of something, to connect with other students around all kinds of things, school related and not school related, especially now that we're all, you know, at home and it's all weird. This is really important for us to do for you. So we're super excited to do courses this year. This is our way of really, you know, kind of the next step of that. So we'll still have live streams and community and course and content, and courses is the next step. So if you're not yet signed up, you can use the code OH10 and that will take $10 off your course. Or if there's another course that you've been eyeing, or if you have a friend who's been thinking about taking music theory and you're like, come on, come do it with me. Now's the time, because this is the last weekend for signups. Because we got orientation already tonight. So I'll leave it at that. If you need anything, once you're in the Slack channel, I'm there. Feel free to DM me if you have any ideas, feedback, questions, you know, whatever. You can hit me up. So I'll pass it off to Kate, who will introduce courses and herself, and we'll take it from there.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. I'm Kate. I'm head of instruction at Fiveable, so we've been working super hard to find the best teachers for you, including this one that you're about to hear from. And we've been building all these courses, and we're super excited. As Amanda said, we're starting orientation tonight, but don't worry if you're not in it tonight. It's kind of rolling through the whole weekend, and we're starting school on Tuesday. I'm going to put my email in the chat. It's just kate@fiveable.me. So if you have any questions, during this, you can obviously ask during this, but if later this weekend you have more questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'm super excited for music theory because of the teacher, and also because I was a music kid in high school and I had to independent study music theory because my school didn't offer it. So I played piano my whole life and I played saxophone all through middle school and high school. And then I composed my own music as like an independent study. And I wish that I had had a class like this because it would have been so much easier. So I'm going to hand it off so we can hear more about AP Music Theory.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you. Hey guys, hi Val, hi Jessica, hi everyone. My name is Cesar. I am super excited to be here with you today. We're gonna go through very quick what you will be expecting of the AP Music Theory course and how are we running things here at Fiveable. So I am very excited that you're here. You just took the first step. So that's amazing, and I'm proud of all of you. Real quick, real background information on me. I am originally from Puerto Rico. My first language is Spanish. I learned English about 6 years ago when I moved here to the United States. I did my undergraduate at the Music Conservatory of Puerto Rico. I did study opera, actually. So I am a singer, but I am also a pianist. In the Music Conservatory, for those that are a little bit more familiar with the music conservatories, you have to learn how to play an instrument aside from voice. So I chose a piano, and so I did learn how to play it in the music conservatory. I moved here to Houston. I am currently in Houston. I moved here about 6 years ago, and I did my master's degree here at the University of Houston, which I continued my studies in classical music. And then I fell in love with teaching music. I took a job for Yes Prep Public Schools here in Texas and started writing the curriculum. They didn't really have a music program running. And I started writing the curriculum for choir, choir, band, music theory, AP Music Theory, and orchestra. So I've been the last 4 years working for Yes Prep Public Schools, teaching music theory and AP music theory. That's my little doggy right there. I have an old English sheepdog. His name is Baymax. And those are a couple of pictures of me in different productions for opera production, singing opera. My classroom experience, again, I am a curriculum writer for Music 1, Music Theory, and AP Music Theory. I am also a music course facilitator, so I'm not only in charge of writing that curriculum for the teachers, but I'm in charge of training a team of 16 teachers that teach all of the music content, all of the music courses for Yes Prep Public Schools. I am a 12th grade level chair. So I have 165 12th graders, 165 seniors that I'm in charge of, and they report to me. And I just love my job so much in school. I am also a high school culture chair, which as a culture chair for my district, I create events so students feel proud of the school and that they enjoy coming to school. Right now, we're all virtual. So it is my responsibility, and I'm in charge of creating all of these amazing experiences for all students from 6th grade until 12th grade. So I just love that part because I get to create that personal relationship with the students, which I think it's very important, especially now that we are in a virtual environment. You know, getting to know me as a teacher, I think it's going to be vital for all of your courses for you to be successful in those courses. I do work on Saturdays, actually. I work for a nonprofit organization teaching both music theory and AP music theory, but this school is for adults. And it's a very, very interesting experience. First, because I have to teach it in Spanish. And second is because it's for adults. You know, it's for people in the 35, 45, even 55 years old, learning music for the first time. But again, that's one of the things that I enjoy the most, teaching music to students without any musical background, and just, you know, scratching that curiosity for music, which I love. Any questions so far about me? Feel free to put it on the chat, and we're gonna continue. Kate's gonna let me know if there's any messages in there. Absolutely. What experiences do I have with remote learning? A lot. I think that, you know, in the current situation that we are, all of your teachers have to adapt now going online. And some have had more experience than others. When I started working for Instituto Canción, actually, I started teaching music theory and AP music theory online. So I have taught this course a full year already online. Then, as I told you guys, I was writing the music curriculum for 16 different schools in my different campuses in my district. I had now to adapt at the beginning of the pandemic. I had to adapt that curriculum to be taught online. And as you guys are probably figuring out, it is a completely different experience from being in school, now changing to going online. It is very interesting, let's just put it that way, all right? But I'm a firm believer that online school allows each student to just go at their own pace and allow each student to just explore the content in so many different ways. Why? Because while you are in your classes, you can probably be exploring additional resources available for you just by one click. You just go in Google and you can, that's an open world for you there. COVID-19 started, so we moved everything. Spring 2020 now, it's last year, the beginning of this year, we moved everything online from my district. That was professional development, teacher training, teaching the music theory, teaching choir, teaching band, teaching orchestra. having private lessons, instrument lessons with the students. May 2020, I started my own music theory and voice lesson studio. Hit me up. And it's very interesting actually, because you know, I have students from Canada, I have students from Mexico, I have students from Guatemala, and I'm here in Houston in my living room. And so I think it's amazing that you get to explore and know all these people. And you know, the one thing that's combining you and uniting us all, it's music, which I think it's a beautiful. Fall 2020 starting now, Fiveable courses, distance learning, and I am so excited to tell you guys. One of the things that you should really sign up for this AP Music Theory course is because you're not only getting the instruction with this guy, but you're also going to be, you're going to have access to the pacing guides, like study guides, and half of those were written by me. All right. So everything is going to be so aligned that it's going to be so good for y'all. All right. So, and to be continued, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know specifically when I go back to school. There's talks that we are going back in September 18th, but it could happen. It could not happen. So I am a planner. I do believe that it's great to just plan for the unknown. Plan for you know, plan for online. If you're going back to school, then you can change that plan. So again, I'm excited to be here with you. What can you expect from this course? So there is 9 units in 15 weeks. So it goes really, really, really fast. However, I think Fiveable provides an amazing opportunity where you can, if you need to take it slower, you can. You don't have to do 9 units in 15 weeks. You definitely don't. If you want to spend more time on unit 1, absolutely. And the cool thing is that I'll be there to support you. You're going to have readers that already, you know, nailed this exam to support you, and a teacher assistant as well. Why is this amazing, guys? Because there's no grades, there's no stress. You want to log in this week, and that's okay. That you don't want to log in this week and not go, that's absolutely okay. All right. Personal space is spacing entire class. Again, it's self-studying, so you take ownership of the unit that you want to do. If you want to do the 9 units with me, which I totally recommend, that's absolutely okay. If you just need additional support, let's say unit 6, it's like the first unit that is like big in AP Music Theory, and you want to spend a little bit more time on that unit, you can absolutely do that because the resources are going to be available for you. So that's one of the most amazing things, all right? So there's no actually prerequisites for this course. So if you just want to take it, just do it. Also, maybe you're not taking AP Music Theory, but you just want to learn about music and you want to learn about how to read music and understand music better, or maybe you just love music and you want to understand, why do I love this song? Why do I love this Lizzo song so much? You're going to learn in this class why. All right, because we will use those examples in here. We also use classical music. We'll use jazz. We'll use like metal. We'll use rock. We'll use all of those strands of music in here in this class. The structure, again, the structure and support that you guys are going to receive, there's no substitute for the classroom experience, but this again is self-paced and you're going to receive so many resources available for you just again by just one click in there, fiveable.me, and that's it. And feedback on your progress and free response questions. This is particularly important now that we know that there will be changes to the AP Music Theory exam this year. If you already took the course, you know that the format of the exam changed as well, you know, for the exam at the beginning of this year. And support from your community and teacher assistants. ear training. That brings me to, I think, probably the most important part of this course. Since I've taught this course before online, I can tell you that one of the most difficult things to learn, it's ear training. For those of you, I'm just gonna do a real quick introduction. For those of you that have not accessed this class or taken this class before or have no idea what this class is, I'm gonna show you something real quick. This right here is a C major chord. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. On the AP Music Theory exam, you will hear this and you will have to identify the name of that chord and where does it belong on a particular key, major key or minor key, as well as different progressions. And you will have to analyze, oh wait, what progression is that? 1, 4, 5, 1. But you will learn that with me and I'll walk you through. We're going to use music examples. If there's music specifically that you want us to analyze, absolutely, just send me that and we'll work it out. We'll work it out together. And I think that's the most amazing thing about Fiveable, that it allows customization, right? It allows, like, if you need help with this, absolutely, we're going to help you with that. What kind of things will be provided each week? Here we go. 1 hour live session with this guy right here. It's gonna be on Zoom and everything's embedded there, super amazing. An outline study of the topics with tons of resources, again, from Fiveable and other reputable resources, reputable sources. Not only we're gonna use, you know, I'm sure you guys know this, the AP Barons, but we will make sure that you have access to a lot of different resources that are not only aligned to those that your AP Music Theory teacher in school it's been using, but also you're going to be exposed to additional resources that you maybe can show your AP Music Theory teacher. All right, so that's pretty amazing. Office hours with your awesome teacher assistant. Amazing. Again, if you need help, if you need immediate feedback on your free responses or maybe multiple choices, or maybe on your ear training, you're going to have access to, you know, book a meeting with that teacher assistant and ask for feedback, which is, I think it's very valuable now, especially that if you're going to be taking the AP Music Theory course with your teacher and you're online, you're going to find out that's going to be a little bit difficult because your teacher probably is teaching other different content plus a lot of different students at the same time. So one of the beautiful things that Fiveable has is that, you know, you can book an hour sometime with a teacher assistant and they can work one-on-one with you, which I think it's super valuable. And a fantastic community of people learning along with you. I don't know it all, right? Your teacher does not know it all. We're gonna be learning from each other. And one of the beautiful things about AP Music Theory is that it provides the opportunity for everybody to learn. And if you already know it, to learn new things on that topic, which I think it's amazing. What advices do I have for you right now? Time management is key. If most of y'all have an iPhone or a phone, use that calendar, manage your time, spend some time studying or previewing the content. Failure is part of learning. The AP Music Theory course is a little bit difficult, but failure, I'm gonna say this now, and Kate, sorry if you don't like it, but failure is expected. I'm gonna say that. Failure is expected because I would love to teach you everything from scratch, right? And I am not going to expect you to just come here with all the knowledge, because then what's the purpose of signing for this course, right? And we're gonna be learning so many new things regarding music and the analytical part of music that, you know, if you don't get it the first time, okay. If you provide the wrong answer, even better, because that way we can provide that feedback and you can get it right and learn, why did I get it wrong? So I'm gonna say that for this course, failure is expected, but failure is also encouraged, right? Because I am going to be teaching you and you're gonna receive so many support to change that and learn why was I failing that multiple choice question? Why didn't I get it? Why did I think this was going up when in fact was going down? So a lot of changes between now and May. I'm not gonna lie. We're still waiting for the final word of College Board on what the exam's gonna look like exactly. I am telling you that last spring, the exam was reduced to two questions, two free response questions. One was a chord analysis, and the other was figure-based realization, super easy. I think, I don't know, I can't talk about from College Board, but we'll make sure to update you. And one of the good things about this program with Fiveable is that even if the College Board changes the format or the content of that exam, we will prepare you like you were taking the full exam. So you will be so prepared that even if like a week before the exam, they change it, you'll be like, I got this. Because again, you're gonna receive so many resources and so many support from us. That's gonna be amazing. Take advantage of the opportunity for growth, do the assignments, join the community, and ask questions. Again, like right now, you can ask questions on the chat. Katie's right there checking the chat. If there's any questions, you just let me know. You also are going to be expected to either use some kind of instrument and get used to the music side of it. Listening to music every day is a big advice. Just listen to music every day, and it's going to help. It's going to help. Don't stress if this course doesn't line up with other courses. Again, this AP Music Theory course it's very particular in that it allows to be tailored for the specific needs of each student. So that's one of the reasons that I love this course so much. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's worth it. You have community, structure, resources. You have me. You have music. Oh my God. We're going to be listening to music. We're going to have fun, you guys. It's going to be fun. You guys know I have a lot of energy, so I'm not one of those teachers that are going to be reading out of the PowerPoint and just, in there. Now, that's just not me. And that's the end of my presentation, actually. Do you guys have any questions? Put it on the chat. If you just want to be brave and unmute yourself, do it. If you want to turn your camera on, do it. We're all chilling here. Use the chat feature if you have questions, and go ahead.
So I'm going to share some that folks put in the chat while you were talking.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. The first one is, will we learn how to transpose and compose music?
Yes, we will. Absolutely. That's one of the units is specifically dedicated to transpose instruments, and not only instruments, but whatever you listen to. So let's say I play this tune. Then you'll have to play in a different keys too. So yes, absolutely. Composing is one of the keys. You will be composing, every week. You're gonna be either a melody or like a little motif. Yes.
Cool. So you talked about how the AP exam worked this previous year, which was a strange year. Can you talk about what it normally looks like? Like if the exam were to be normal, what would it have been?
Okay. I don't want to scare the kids though. Okay, guys. So the AP Music Theory, it's considered one of the longest exams administered by College Board. Why? It's two parts. Let's just call it in two different sessions. Session A, your first part, is a multiple choice question. You have about 70 to 72 questions. And those questions, actually, half of those are based on ear training. They're going to play a melody. This is example 1. And then you will have to read the question and a multiple choice and answer whatever questions they're asking you, you know. The second part of that multiple choice, it's analysis, score analysis. So they will put a music, a staff on a paper, and they will say, again, multiple choice questions, and they will give you choices A, B, C, or D, which is the best answer. And the cool thing is I'm gonna show you here how, you know, tricks. There's some tricks that I'll show you guys how to answer those multiple choices. Then after that, in a regular school setting, if we were on campus, the teacher or the proctor will escort all of the students out of the room in a waiting area. And after that, each student's gonna stop by, be called upon the room, and 2 melodies are going to be presented to the student, and they'll have to sight read that melody. We never know what that melody is gonna look like. I just know that's gonna be either one on bass clef, one on treble clef, one's gonna be major, what's gonna be minor. That's all the information they give us. But the cool thing is that in this course, like Fiveable, we're gonna explore all those options. So by the time you're in there by yourself with a proctor hitting recording, you'll be so prepared that you know exactly what are the keys and what are the scale degrees and everything that you need to know. After that sight reading portion, there's also a free response option portion of the exam, where it's divided into, I believe, 6 different questions. It changes. Realization of figure base, which is, that free response is the composing of that previous question that another student asked. Free response, realization of figure base, realization from Roman numerals. They're gonna give you a melody and you'll have to complete the accompaniment of it, and stuff like that. It's not that difficult to learn the skills. I think the difficult part of it is actually the ear training. Yeah.
Here's some more questions that I think are about the test too. Will we have to memorize all of the C clefs and be able to find out what the notes are? Yes.
So this C clef, I'm going to give you guys a secret right now. You have the treble clef. You also have the bass clef, you know, right hand, left hand. The alto clef, the tenor clef, the soprano clef, the baritone clef, all of those are C clefs. It's just a variation of the treble clef. Once you know the treble clef and you know the bass clef, you know the rest. Because if we look at the grand staff, I'm just gonna put my hands right there. I actually taught this today. We have 5 lines, 4 spaces on a staff, 5 lines, 4 spaces on a staff. What's happening in a, let's say, alto clef, it's in here, in the middle. It's not too high, not too low. It's just happening in the middle. So we'll learn the tricks on how to read the C clef, the alto clef, they call it alto clef, and tenor clef on the exam.
Will they have to use their voice? And then in parentheses, it says a word that I'm not gonna be able to say.
Solfege.
Yes. Yeah. Will they have to use that in the exam?
You know, I'm not able to open the chat, but I knew that's what you meant. So that's a very good question. Whoever asked that question, thank you for asking it. Yes, you are expected to sing in the AP Music Theory exam. However, you're not expected to sing like you were Lady Gaga or Beyonce or Aretha Franklin or Cardi B or Lizzo. No. You can hum, you can whistle, you can use la 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 la. You can use whatever sound you can create with your mouth, but it needs to be on pitch and it needs to be on rhythm. Whatever system works for you, they are very accepting of it. They're very open for the students to use whatever system. If you want to use solfege, like what? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. or you want to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can use whatever method you want to use. Me as a teacher, I studied in Puerto Rico. The first method I learned was fixed do. Then I moved here in the United States and had to learn movable do. So, I can use either or, it doesn't really matter. And I think all of those different methods are very valuable, and they all have something amazing to contribute to the learning process for you all.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, here's the last question. In AP Spanish, there were recordings, but the College Board put other noises in the background to be like confusing and distracting. Yeah. Will the recordings for music theory be like that?
No. So thank you for that question again. That's a very important question. The AP Spanish, it's measuring your thought process on a new language. All right. AP Music Theory, it's evaluating first your reading musical skills and your music analytical skills. So the recordings are super high fidelity. They're very clear, very easy. And the cool thing is that it's not only, it could be a recording from an orchestra, a recording from, I don't know, straight from Spotify, who knows? But it doesn't have any background noises to it.
Cool. Then one more question came in while you're saying that.
Yeah, sure. Will
this class ensure perfect pitch at the end?
So perfect pitch. Thank you for whoever asked that question. I'm very passionate about this topic right now. Perfect pitch. There's a lot of studies, a lot of research around perfect pitch. There are researches that shows and have proof that perfect pitch being a phenomenon that people are born with. I am a firm believer that you learn how to identify notes the same way. When you lost your keys and you move that back, you hear those keys crankling in there. Mm-hmm. You recognize those are your keys. It's the same way you can learn and memorize the sound of different notes. Perfect pitch, people that call themselves perfect pitch, recognize also vibrations. Remember that music is just different levels of vibrations in the air. Mm-hmm. So perfect pitch, they say, I'm not perfect pitch, but they said they do recognize vibrations on the air, and they can say, oh wait, I'm hearing F sharp, and I'm like, where? I don't see it. I don't feel anything. But with that being said, you are more than capable of memorizing all of the pitches. F sharp, G, A, B. You can memorize all of those. So it really depends on how much time you spend memorizing those pitches. You're not required to memorize. You're required to memorize the names, but you're not required to, identify a pitch like, oh, is this C? Is this D? Is this D sharp? No, not really.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
This last question is just about you. And then I'll close it out. How did you begin your musical career, and was it struggle? Was anything hard about it?
Okay, here it goes. You're gonna make me cry. Okay, so I'm just gonna be can I be super honest with you all?
Please.
When I started high school many years ago, public high school in Puerto Rico, I joined the choir there, like super big choir. It had like 125 voices in it. I fell in love with singing. I never took voice lessons, never studied music, nothing. In high school, I joined choir, and I was like, wow. After that, I fell so in love with it. My parents wanted me to study business administration. So that's what I applied to in my senior year. I went to college because that's what they wanted. So I wasn't, I didn't know better then. And that's what I went to school for at first. But in there, I joined the university choir. This was at the University of Puerto Rico. So I was in business administration, but all of my classes, without my parents knowing, were performing arts and visual arts and, you know, humanities classes. Um, I made friends with the people in the choir, and they were really good singers. They were taking private lessons. There was like really pro people. And there I was in the university choir. I just love music. I'm here because I love music, and I love choir. In there, I made friends with, you know, a bunch of people. One year, my friend, she told me, you know what, I'm gonna go next week and audition for the music conservatory, which was like 3 hours drive. And I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna tell my parents? That sounds amazing. I didn't. So one year I left home like at 5 a.m., went to San Juan, auditioned to the music conservatory, and returned back. And I got into the music conservatory. I prepared myself. I auditioned. I got in. I got full scholarship. It was just amazing. It just all because I joined choir in high school. And since then, I've been always in music. I have never done anything else that is not real. I mean, knocking on wood, that is not related to music. And that passion began in high school, actually, when I joined choir, 10th grade, because in Puerto Rico, we're different. So in 10th grade, I joined high school. Did I struggle? I did struggle when I started in the music conservatory because I got a talent scholarship, but I never had any theoretical background. I did not know how to read music. I always had a really good ear, and I could just listen to something once and then repeat it back to you. So the way I learned my music was that I paid some of my colleagues and my friends to just play something for me on the piano, and I will repeat it with my voice. And that's how I survived my first college, let's call it, music conservatory. I learned everything from scratch, everything, which I think, I mean, I'm not pat on the back, which I think it's why makes me a really good music theory teacher, because I struggled in college in the music conservatory a lot because it was very competitive and I had to learn everything. A lot of people there learn the basic knowledge like in middle school. Mm-hmm. And I was there my first year of college, which technically third year of college, learning everything from, this is a treble clef, this is a bass clef, this is G. And I think that it made me really strong, and it made me a really strong musician, because I saw myself, well, I have to work harder than anybody else in here. Mm-hmm. And I also, now that I'm looking and thinking about it, it taught me a lot of different tricks that I'm so excited to share with you during the classes and sessions, guys.
Oh, that's so up. Follow your dreams, everybody.
Yeah,
that was such a great story. Yeah. If anybody needs, I'm putting the link to sign up for courses in the chat. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up. You can use code O10 to get $10 off. If you're listening and you're like, my friends got to get in here, share that code with your friends. Yeah. Get them in here. Thank you so much for coming on a Friday. Cesar, thank you so much. This was awesome.
Thank you, guys. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, follow Think Fiveable on Instagram. We have a really funny video from Cesar up right now that you can check. Email me if you have any questions, and I hope everybody has a great long weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.